Okay, so this topic it is what the design of sedimentation basin. Okay, so basically the sedimentation basins are classified into two types. The first one is fill and draw type tank, and second one is continuous flow type tank. Okay, so as name indicate, fill and draw type tank, how it works. So you have to just fill the tank for a particular period of time. You can say the 24 hours, and after the settling of that waste, solid waste, you have to remove that clear water at the top from the top of that tank. Okay, so that means after, continuously you require to fill in and withdraw that water. Okay, so that tank is called as fill and draw type tank. Okay, so first, what is the first process? So completely filling of that tank. So after 24 hours you have to remove that sludge from the bottom of the tank, and you have to remove the clear water from the top of the tank. Again you have to fill the tank. Again you have to remove the clear water and sludge from the tank. So that process is called as fill and draw type tank. Okay, so that is what one of the type of sedimentation basin or sedimentation tank. And second type, it is what the continuous flow type tank. So in continuous flow type tank, the water flow is continuous, or working of this type of tank is very easy, and the impure water is continuously flow into the tank, and from the other end the water, you can say the pure water, after the removal of the suspended solid impurities which going to be settled down into the tank, and you get the pure water at the end of the tank. So the velocity of that water is so that adjusted in so that manner, so that you can remove the impurities suspended solid into that basin. Okay, so that means one end it is, you can say, the inlet, and one end is outlet. Okay, and water is allowed to flow from the inlet, and we have to maintain the velocity of that water in a such a way that so that suspended solid impurities they are allowed to settle down when the water become passing through that tank. Okay, so that is what the continuous flow type tank, and that is very easy in operation, and mostly this type of tank, continuous flow type tank, which are used for the purification of water. Okay, so these two types of tank basically use in sedimentation process. Okay, so the first one is fill and draw type tank, and second one is a continuous flow type tank. Okay, so next one is the design of sedimentation tank. Okay, so during the design of sedimentation tank, some various assumptions which required or considered during the design of sedimentation tank for horizontal flow. Okay, so what is the various steps involved in the design of sedimentation tank for the horizontal flow of water? Okay, so assumption of design of sedimentation tank, the first you can see, the flow should be steady. Okay, so whatever that flow of water into the tank, that flow should be steady and it should be uniform in the settling zone. So this was the first assumption in the design of sedimentation tank. The flow should be steady and it should be uniform in the settling zone. The second assumption in design of sedimentation tank is the suspended particle should settle in the same manner as they settle in a settling zone. Okay. The next assumption during the design, it is what the particles reaching the sludge zone should be effectively removed. Next, the incoming flow should be distributed uniformly over the cross-sectional area of the tank. Okay, so that means whatever that settling of particles throughout the tank, not at a single side of the tank. Okay, that means the incoming flow should be distributed uniformly over the cross-sectional area of the tank. Okay. Next, the concentration of suspended particle of each side should be uniform throughout the cross section at the right angle of the flow. Okay. So these are the various assumptions that considered or okay. So these assumption which considered during the design of the sedimentation basin. Okay. So now what parameters we require during the design of sedimentation basin? Okay. So various design criteria to be followed in the design of plain sedimentation basin. Okay. So basically we require the various parameters in that. The first one is the detention time. So you all know the detention time, it is what? It is nothing but the theoretical time or theoretical period which required for the settling of the particles or settling of the impurities. Okay, so this detention period for the plain sedimentation is basically 4 to 8 hours. Okay, so that means that period, 4 to 8 hours of period that required for the settling of particles at the bottom of the basin. Okay, so if you are going to use a plain sedimentation process or plain sedimentation time, so in that case we require the detention period is 4 to 8 hours for to allow the settle down that impurities and particle into that water. Okay, so for plain sedimentation process, the detention period for that sedimentation basin or sedimentation tank is 4 to 8 hours. And suppose if you are considering the coagulation process and coagulated sedimentation, so they require minimum detention period of 3 to 4 hours. Okay, so for plain sedimentation it is 4 to 8 hours, and for the coagulation process it is 3 to 4 hours. Okay, so the detention period, how to calculate detention period? So detention period or detention time we can calculate by the volume of the tank V divided by rate of discharge Q. Okay, so detention time T can be calculated by V by Q. V, it is nothing but the volume of time, that is LP into T, and the rate of flow of discharge, that is Q. Okay, so basically this detention period time is 3 to 4 hours for coagulation vessel. Okay, the next one is we require the velocity of flow, that is called as Vd. Okay. So the velocity of flow should not be greater than or should not be more than 30 centimeter per minute, or either you can say 0.3 meter per minute as far as possible. Okay, for horizontal flow. Okay, so this velocity of flow should not be more than 0.3 meter per minute for horizontal flow. Okay, so velocity of flow varies from 0.3 to 3 meter per minute in some of other cases. Okay, so this settling velocity Vs can be calculated by formula 9 divided by 18 in bracket SS, that is S minus 1 into d square divided by V. Okay, so that is S, it is what, nothing but the specific gravity of suspended particle. G, it is nothing but, okay, it is not a 9, it is a G. G, it is 981 centimeter per square S mere centimeter per what is that unit. Okay, so I will told you later. So G, that is what, and V, it is kinematic viscosity in centimeter square per second, and what is the D, it is the diameter of particle in centimeter. Okay, so this according to Stokes law, so that settling velocity you can calculate it by G divided by 18 in bracket S minus 1 and D square divided by V. Okay, so that is what the velocity of flow you can calculate by the formula of settling velocity Vs. Okay, and this velocity of flow should not be more than 0.3 meter per minute. The next we required the tank dimension. Okay, so that is the dimension of sedimentation tank. We can calculate the first, the capacity of the tank. So the capacity of the tank C can be calculated by Q upon overflow rate. And the minimum water depth for a rectangular or circular horizontal flow is equal to the 2.5%. Okay. So for rectangular basin, the length to the breadth ratio is considered as 3 as to 5 as to 1. Okay, so that means the length should be 3 meter, or the length should be 5 meter, and the breadth should be 1 meter. Okay, so the length to the breadth ratio for the rectangular basin is 3 to 5 as to 1. Generally, the length is considered as, the limiting length is 30 meter, and the limiting width is considered as the 12 meter. Okay, so the length it may be 30 meter, or maximum it may be up to 100 meter, and the width, limiting width, is up to 12 meter. Okay, so that is what the tank dimension for the sedimentation basin. Okay, L by B ratio, it is 3 to 5. Okay, so 3 as to 1 or 5 as to 1. Generally the length is vary from 30 to maximum to 100, and the limiting width is up to 12 meter. Okay, so the breadth, sorry, not a, okay, breadth is 6 to 10 meter, and circular diameter, if it is not greater than 60 meter, generally 20 to 40 meter. So this was for the circular basin. Okay, so if it is the circular basin, and in that case circular basin, the diameter should not be greater than 60 meter. Generally it is vary diameter up to 20 to 40 meter in case of circular sedimentation basin. Okay, and the depth for that particular basin is vary from 2.5 to 6 meter. Okay, or 2.5 to 5 meter. So normally we provide the depth up to 3 meters. Okay, and some 0.5 it is a free boot. Okay, so overall depth for that tank is maybe 2.5 to up to 6 meter or up to 5 meters. Okay, basically 3 meters it is what the depth which provided for the settling of sedimentation basin. Okay, so during this consideration of depth of the sedimentation basin, the sludge depth is also considered, and the sludge depth is taken as 25% extra. Okay. Next one is the surface overflow rate for plain sedimentation. It is 12,000 to 18,000 liter per day per meter square tank area, and for flocculant it is 24,000 to 30,000 liter per day per meter square area according to tank area. Okay, and generally the slope, that is what the bottom floor slope is considered as 1 in 100 with mechanical scraper for the removal of sludge for rectangular tank, and in case of circular tank it is considered as 8% extra. Okay, so the slope for rectangular it is 1% towards the inlet, and for the circular it is considered as 8%. So these are the various design criteria which considered during the design of sedimentation basin. Okay, so detention period it is what nothing but the theoretical period or time required for a given amount of water or wastewater to pass through the tank at a given rate of flow. In other words, it is the average time for which the water is retained in a tank. Okay, so theoretical time T that can be calculated volume upon flow rate. So volume it is nothing but L into B into T divided by flow rate, it is A into V. So that is D upon V. So from that you can calculate the theoretical time or detention period of that water tank. Okay, so T it is the detention period and Q it is the flow rate. Okay, so what is the detention period? It is theoretical period which is required for the settlement of the impurities or sediment at the bottom of the basin. Okay, that is called as detention period or detention time. So this is what some the assumptions and design criteria for the design of sedimentation tank or sedimentation basin.